So I was planning on letting this just be a little bit of intro, some gameplay before I actually get into the character and the build, which I will do later. But right before I went into this Twisted Domain, I realized that after crafting a new weapon, I did not have my main abilities in my skill bar. So as you saw right there, I quickly added them, and I will say this took me a while to realize, but I swapped around the abilities that I normally have on left and right click, which means that I'm using my mostly single target ability with small AoE to clear here. And you can probably maybe even see me being confused, like, why is my clear so bad? Is this like way harder than I expected? I eventually realize it, and then my gameplay goes to normal. So after this, it'll be a bit more accurate representation of what this character is like on clear, and then single target as well, obviously. So yeah, enjoy. I thought it was pretty funny, so I left it in. Here we go. See you at the boss. So I don't want to talk during the boss fight, but I want to mention that I just got Reap on a new weapon here. I had not used it before this. I quickly realized it's not worth using on single target, and I just start using my normal abilities, at which point the boss starts dying. Yeah, that's just me getting a new ability and fumbling around with it. So this boss would be dead faster if that wasn't the case. So yeah, hello, welcome to the video. We are indeed, as always, on a boat. So yeah, the Druid. I wanted to talk about the character, kind of what I've been doing, and all of that stuff. Honestly, I am having a great time. I'm definitely not doing anything special on this character, but it is working out great so far. Around level 81, I think, I respect from Shaman to Oracle. We are now 89. Usually my resistances are a little bit scuffed. That is what it is. In Oracle, I have these Ascendancy nodes. The main important one is the inevitable crits, which mean you always crit, but you might deal less damage. That's kind of what it comes down to. I took Fateful Vision as my third, and then for my fourth Ascendancy, I eventually took Moment of Vulnerability. Yeah, for my tree, when I respect at level 81, if you are interested, I basically took everything you see over here. I'll leave that there for a moment. Without all of the stuff going here. I think that is exactly 8 points, so that kind of adds up, yeah. If you cut this off, that's the exact respec that I did. Honestly, very good. Couple of jewels, which are mainly just energy shield and crit chance, or just energy shield in that case. Yeah, the character is feeling great. Clear is good. Single target has not been an issue. The rage setup that I had going on with the Shaman was very strong, but by the time I got to like tier 10 maps, which is more or less when I did the swap to Oracle, I was feeling the damage fall off quite a bit. The swap to Oracle with the guaranteed crit and obviously the crit nodes in the tree, very strong. The DPS increase was very noticeable, felt very good, very smooth. In terms of gems, I'm still on 5 socketed abilities. They look weird because I'm in the boat and the boat messes with gem weapons a bit, but they're all working. I think I mentioned in the video that I just swapped to Reap. I don't know. The Reap, on that fight in particular, I felt like it was probably better to just hit the boss instead of trying to stack the weakness, the critical weakness. I'd probably just ignore that it exists. Even the moment of vulnerability, I don't think I really used on that boss fight at all. So our damage is definitely higher than it has to be for single target. Like, imagine if I got full use out of that. I'll just hover over like support skills really quick, so anyone who is interested can see what I am using. Not sure if this is optimal at all. I'm definitely thinking that cast on crit would be good, but I really want to keep convalescence because I like having energy shield recharge. I would really like to take this node, but for this node to work you need life recovery, and I have like 20. That's not enough. I would like to have like, if I had like 300 or 400 life regen, I think I would try it. I think it would feel pretty good. So I need more spirit on my gear for something like that. This node currently, Align Fate, which is like, oh, you got a copy of yourself that casts a spell, and then when you use that spell, it does more damage. I'm honestly thinking it's not that good, because at this point, especially with Reap was also triggering it. Together with Thunderstorm, I have like 4 abilities that can proc it. And I feel like it probably goes to waste a lot. So with more levels, when you take the paths not taken, you get like access to nodes like these, which are pretty free damage increase. There's also those, even those that were probably too far. Yeah, but don't want to spend too much time on that in this video. Just some thoughts on the tree and all of that stuff. TLDR, Oracle feels good. In terms of my gear, I got this weapon right before I did that breach, which is why you saw me finicking with the skills. I think I explained that during the clip. But like, I messed up my skills. And I used it on single target. I think it was a waste. I think that boss would have died a few seconds faster, so to say, if I just used normal abilities. But a very good weapon. I think I should have recordings of how I crafted it. It was basically pure RNG. So I'll include something of that after my rambling. Other than that, my head is pretty good. Could be better, obviously. Pretty happy with that. I actually have this headpiece that I want to craft, but I want to use like an Abyss or maybe like high tier exalts to try and guarantee high exalted or high energy shield. So that's a potential good upgrade in the future. I would like to swap to a wand plus focus. I have a decent focus here. If I get a good wand as well, that would, I think, be nice, but my wand RNG has been terrible. This is the first weapon that I've crafted since that one, and that one I've been using since the campaign. So yeah. My chest, pretty good. The suffixes aren't great. The prefixes are decent. I basically just, like, I want this a bit better. Other than that, I think most of my gear... The neck is pretty good. It has a lot of good stuff. But most of my gear is, like, okay. I should use an Exalted Orb on that. And those boots are okay as well. Can I... Hold on. Let's use an Exalted Orb on that. That is horrible. I was probably waiting to use an Abyss currency on that, but at this point, my Abyss luck has been very unlucky. I have had only one Abyss tablet drop, and that was like 3 maps ago. Ignoring like the free one that you get at the start. So I've barely been able to use Abyss for crafting. I think like none of my gear other than my weapon have an Abyssal mod on it, yeah. So crafting has been very RNG. You can see that my head and my body are pure ES, and I still have gloves and boots that are hybrid armor NES. I am planning on going fully towards energy shield, but I haven't been able to swap those yet by crafting better energy shield based. The armor just doesn't feel like it's doing much. Like, I also have bark skin in at this point for like no reason. It's probably not doing anything at all. I kind of need to figure out my spirit gems. But yeah, I think that is more or less where I am at with gear. Next up, I just, you know, farming endgame, crafting better gear, going for higher bosses, seeing if there's improvements to be made to the build, which there probably are. I really want a 6th socket on at least Thrashing Vines, but like Entangle as well. The character is doing good. Last but not least, I really need some MTX on this dude, because we can't be running around like this forever, can we? So I'll probably do that after the video while it's rendering and uploading. I'll include some clips of what I can find of me crafting some of the gear, assuming that I've been a good boy and I took all of those. So if you're interested in those, keep watching. If you're not, please leave a comment, like, subscribe, watch time. All of that really helps with, like, you know, pushing the videos, helping the channel. I'd really appreciate that. Otherwise, hope you enjoyed the video. And see you hopefully in a few days for the next one. Oh, I forgot to mention, my Slash Blade is 1 day, 2 hours at this point. 26 hours. It is now Monday, 9 p.m., which means the league has been going for 72 hours. God, I'm playing a lot, considering how little time I've had. Cool. Hope you're having a good league. Let me know how it's going for you. Hope you're enjoying this build as well, if you're doing something similar. If you saw me doing something that's like super stupid, super dumb, let me know. But be nice about it. I'm fragile. I'm rambling a lot. Good luck. Have fun. See you in the next one. So I don't have too many items that were too interesting to craft, but I had this chest, which was basically 2 good modifiers, and I just whipped an essence on it, and then 2 exalted orbs. I basically figured I had enough currency to YOLO a little bit and got an okay chest. Yeah, there you have it. The weapon, I guess, is a little bit more interesting. I was crafting a bunch of reap staffs. I decided to throw a few of them in the reforging bench to just get new attempts. This one had an open suffix, so I was like, might as well use a greater augment on it. And I hit physical spell gems. At this point, I was already pretty sure, like, okay, we have a potential upgrade here. After mulling it over, I use a crit essence on it, and then I slam a greater exalt, hit cast speed, which means I have 3 good suffixes. I use my one and only jawbone to hit a prefix, and during the loading screen here, I am like, okay, I can either unveil it and then exalt, or I can exalt and then unveil. I decide to go for the exalt first and unveil after. I hit gain damage as extra lightning with the greater exalt, and then at the very end here, I hit a decent spell damage increase. All in all, a pretty good weapon. Mostly just pure RNG, hitting good stuff with, well, greater exalt as well, I guess. The only thing that remains to do at this point was using the one and only divine that I dropped and getting lucky. Pretty good.